All right, first things first, Veterans Day. Want to thank all our veterans. And hopefully you were like me, and today's not the only day that you thank those guys. Man, I had a grandpa, uncles that have served, my wife, grandpa, stepdad, brother-in-law. Heck, man, we got some people that are very close to our program and have been alums, and Armin, Hal, Greg, Dan, Jared, that are serving and have served. We can't thank those guys enough for putting their safety, I guess, country in front of their own safety. The selflessness that they've shown, man, we can't ever thank them enough. So thank those guys for everything they do and for everyone that served and will serve moving forward. As far as the tournament, I'll tell you this. You know, when you have 27 guys competing, and I think I've always said this, there's a little bit of a mixed bag of everything. I think our guys got better as the day went, and you know that's always important. You know, managing weight and emotions are a big piece of it. Letting themselves just kind of be able to flow and wrestle, because we're very prepared. Our guys are very skilled, and sometimes, you know, you let other things kind of stack on. And I think as the season goes, and our job as a coaching staff is that guys get better throughout the year. We have more information moving forward to be able to help some of these guys. We got some things that we can definitively point to. We can go back and watch video and hey, maybe you're getting beat here, or here's some spots you need to work on. Or if they didn't 100%, like, I don't know if that's a position that I need to work on, we can go back to it. So we have more information moving forward, and that's what we'll be able to use. I could tell you this. It's November 11th today. We as a group will continue to move forward and only get better. And that's one thing, you know, guys. You know, I heard Tanya talking about her team getting a gritty win, and we had some gritty wins yesterday. But to me, grit is okay. You get knocked down. Maybe you had a rough tournament. You lost a couple matches. Okay, maybe you're not the starter right now. How do you respond to that? And you know, I'm already getting messages. I'm already seeing guys in. I'm already seeing how guys are going to respond. We're in this thing for the long haul. It's not one tournament and then the end of the season. So, yeah, a lot of good, a lot of in between, and we'll only continue to get better. I think we had 6 champs, and I can go up and down the lineup. You know, a few guys that really stuck out to me. You know, we had 2 freshmen that won, but how they won, and they both beat good guys in the finals. You know, that are their age. Heck, Runyon had never beat that guy before. You know, so you're starting to see improvement. You know, those young guys, our six true freshmen, I thought they competed incredibly hard. And man, if they keep that eagerness and willingness to want to continue to improve, they're going to be in really, really good shape. You know, our future's in really good shape. Those guys got to continue to move forward just like the rest of our group. And we had, you know, I think we had 4 other champs, 3 of them were seniors, and, you know, 2 guys at new weight classes. And then, you know, some guys like, well, how are these guys going to handle those new weight classes? They're handling them just fine. You know, Lujan to me, he wrestled half the match. You know, and you can look at it and see, and I mean, he really he did. He wrestles full matches, and I know he will. He'll continue to be able to move forward and wrestle full matches. And that guy's a big, strong 84-pounder. So if there was any people had any concerns, well, is he going to be big enough, strong enough? Yeah, he's big enough and strong enough. And it was a good match. It was a good response because he got down and he didn't panic at all, and he found a way to win that match. And he's only going to improve from this point. You know, that told Starter if he didn't give any points the whole year, he's going to be hard to beat. You don't give up any points, that makes it real tough. So he looked good. You know, Max Thompson, and that's a composed competitor. Really good job up and down. And if you would have saw his maybe semifinal match, you know, the guy's strong. He was staying away from him and didn't panic. And finally got to the guy, you know, middle of the second period, and that's what you want to see. You just a little bit of that assassin, you know, where just nothing gets to you, man. Nothing. It doesn't matter what happens. You can poke me in the eye. You can run from me. You can stay away from me the whole match. I'll still get to you. I will find a way. And I saw that, and it was really good to see. You know, and the other champ in the open division, Michael Blockus, him and Tristan, they're going to make each other better. That's and I can tell you up and down the lineup when you start seeing 25, 33, 41, 49, every weight. We got someone behind that guy that is going to make them better. And that's how our guys have to look at it. This guy's not trying to take something from me. He's helping me. He's improved me. He's making me have to raise my level. Because whoever the 10 are that step out there, it's their job as maybe the guy behind him to have him as prepared and ready as possible. And, I've been in some places where, it's where it's almost like it's a friction. It's like, hey, we don't like that guy, even though he's our teammate, which I think is crazy. I mean, we're going to help our teammates get better, and nothing's been decided. It was the first tournament of the year, but we got a little more information as far as how we're going to move these next few duels with our lineup. And then, then there'll be more opportunities going from there. I'm only talking about the champs, and I don't mean to talk just about the champs, but those guys are on my mind a little bit just because, of how they competed. I thought any guys that come back and get third is always really good. Skidlarzik had some scraps. He got down in a few matches and didn't panic at all. And, those are the things that you want to see are the things that we're working on taking hold. We want to continue to work on our mat returns. That was one thing that we've been spending a lot of time as being just really sticky and gritty and tough on top, and that's still got to improve, So there's a few areas that, I'm a tough grader, and they want me to be a tough grader. But for the first tournament out, I saw a lot of good things, and I know a lot of our guys are only going to continue to improve moving forward. And today's the day to already get back to work. So I can talk more about that, but man, we got to continue to manage our weight and emotions better. And sometimes you don't know till you actually get out there of what that needs to be. And I'll tell you, we'll send a lot of guys to Grandview this weekend. So a lot of our guys that aren't going to compete with our team, we'll probably only take really our lineup and maybe one extra guy to Northwestern. Everyone else will be competing because we need guys. Our guys need to get out there and compete, and they need to be able to work through some of those things. And sometimes the only way you can work through some of those things is putting yourself out there. But Northwestern, yeah, man, they got some really good individuals, and you can look at results, and man, every match is different, every week's different. They're on the road, and that can sometimes play into things. I think they were outside, right? I think they wrestled the meet out in a baseball field or something crazy down at Virginia Tech. But man, they have some really good individuals. That I saw the 25-pounders up at 33. I don't know if he's staying at 33, but he was third last year. Deacons was an All-American last year. You got those two guys, and they got some other good young guys. So looking forward to seeing where we're at as a team in a dual meet. But man, we'll have a lot of guys competing this next weekend.
With the understanding that what you could throw against the Wildcats this weekend might not be the lineup you throw every weekend. Who are those 10 guys going to be?
Right now, if we're taking 10 guys based on yesterday, it's Schwarm, Skidlarzik, Blockus, Thompson, Peyton Moore, Schoenfelter, Steyert. We'll probably take Lujan too. Feel like Hogg is getting real close to getting back. If not, then Glazer will wrestle in that spot, and Isley. And you can, most of it you can see. You can see it was, and I don't want to say it was clear, but there's a little bit of differentiation in some of those matches, and where guys finish, and some of those guys got to wrestle head to head. So, okay, you guys wrestled head to head, and we'll go from there. But all those guys are going to have opportunities moving forward. It sets some things for us for a few duels, and everyone's got to continue to move forward. Everybody, every single guy has to, and that's to me that's the most important piece.
With this win in the freshman division, does Runyon move his name closer into the mix at 65, or is the plan just to redshirt?
Plan's a redshirt right now. We'll monitor throughout the season. I think we have 18 or 19 spots at Midlands. We took some of our red shirts last year, so we'll certainly take some of those red shirts again this year. A guy, we got a guy that's getting his weight down in his descent plan to be able to throw his hat in that ring at 65. And Pat's incredibly capable. So, we'll see. We'll see. I think I've wrestled one true freshman two, with Tyrell last year. So there's been 2 in my career. So that's not a common practice. But I mean, I like how the guy competes. So, I mean, you can't not like how he competes and just kind of the energy that he has too. It's contagious.
Going from your first competition of the year to a tournament format and transitioning to a duel, how does that change, or does just preparation wise?
Well, you can get ready for one match. I mean, we know we have a pretty good idea for the most part who we're going to match up against. So you can do a little prep work that way. We have an hour weigh in, and it's just and it's more known. Hey, I'm following this guy. I'm following right here when you're going to wrestle. So it's a little bit more of a routine. Those opens. Even though the open yesterday ran quickly, it was a smaller tournament. So that made it run a little bit quicker. But the duel it's clean, it's clear cut, man. I'm going to wrestle after this guy, and I pretty much know how long it's going to take. So there's a lot more waiting in the open tournament game than there is the duels. And 2, you can kind of really build some momentum in a duel much more than you can in a tournament. And so, I think how the guy wrestles in front of you can have a much more of an impact, than a tournament, because the guys are often tournament. Heck, most of the time yesterday we had 3 or 4 guys wrestling at one time, so even if you're trying to watch one guy, you can't really pay attention to everyone. But it'll be good to get into a duel these next 2 weeks, and then then heck, we have a big tournament that's only less than 4 weeks away right now. So. Anything else? No, go Panthers.